memories like the corners of my mind.
That's the story of how Squeeze gets back together. It's all memories. Thank you, Glenn. There's me. Thank you, Glenn. There's me and Glenn and Chris here. I'm Jules Holland of Squeeze, and we'll give you a brief resume of how we got back together. Well, it was Christmas Eve. This is Christmas Eve 1984 we're talking about.
That's right.
And Gilson and I, the drummer, were playing in a pub.
And it sounded a bit like this.
And it sounded a little bit like this. It looked a bit like this over here, because these are what the people in the pub looked like. You see over there? In the audience, I didn't know this, but was Glenn, just standing much casually among the other punters. He was sitting there drinking his beer, toying with himself, playing with himself, and I'd go...
Now, the story, we picked up the story at a point where I was sitting at home. I went to see Jules and Gilson play a gig Christmas Eve and really liked it and suggested that we do a one-off gig with the old Squeeze, which I suggested to them and suggested to Chris and everyone agreed to do it. At Christmas. Well, it was actually in January that we did the gig. But we did the gig, and it was a tremendous amount of fun. We thought it was really fantastic to play with the band again, so that's about where we pick up now, I think. That's fair to say, don't you?
I think that's very fair to say. And Chris then wrote a lyric about drinking.
This is one of the first songs we got ready for the new album, wasn't it?
Yes. And if it hadn't have been produced, it would have sounded like this.
That's right. When daylight appears through a crack in the curtain, I'm laying in bed staring up at the skirting. I'm alone in my room, but someone is turning the key in the door. And I wake up to find it's still daylight outside. There's a taste in my mouth like the thoughts in my mind. And I wake up to find that I left on the light. The world can take a jump. I'm feeling like a lump when daylight appears through a crack in my mind. I won't ever go drinking again. When daylight appears, it's the third time around, and I swear I won't drink ever again with that crowd. What on earth did I say? If I let the side down, I've been guilty before. And I wake up to see the old wonderful me, all naked and wrinkled from knots in the sheets. And I wake up to see my hair like a tree. The world can shut the door. I'm feeling so sore when daylight appears with my eyes full of sleep. I won't ever go drinking again.